เกิดและโตขึ้นที่ประเทศสวีเดนทำไมถึงย้ายกลับมาไทย back story นะคะทุกคนก็คือเกิดที่ประเทศสวีเดนแต่ว่าแม่เป็นคนไทยใช่ไหมเกิดที่นู่นไปโรงเรียนที่นู่นโตขึ้นที่นู่นจนถึงจบ high school and then after high school I went to Singapore to study. For as long as I can remember I wanted to move away from Sweden, so I made sure that I moved literally a week after high school graduation. It's clear that I'm not necessarily saying that there's anything wrong with Sweden and that it's a bad country in any way. I was in Singapore for a little under a year. I did my diploma there and then I lived in Australia for a year and a bit. I went back to Sweden for I think like half a year. Then after that I moved to Bangkok. And when I'd been in Bangkok for about 6 months or so, that's when COVID happened. Because of that, I made the choice to go back to Sweden and move in with my parents. Ended up staying in Sweden for 5 years after COVID. And I feel like I tried really hard to, you know, fit in, do everything the right way. Like I went to school, I got a job, had multiple jobs actually. I was doing quite well until I just wasn't. There was like one moment where I feel like it really hit me where I was like, oh my gosh, I'm really not where I'm meant to be. As much as I'm also Swedish in a lot of ways, like as naturally I would be, right? I felt for a really long time that something was just missing. And as time passed, I've been trying to identify this feeling of like, what was it that I felt so strongly that made me feel like I have to move away. A little bit strange maybe, but I really do feel like I felt very small, but too big at the same time. I think that kind of comes from me feeling like there was not enough space for me to dream big or to want to do certain things because that was considered crazy or was considered outside of the norm and outside of what you're supposed to do. I think what happened was I ended up just feeling very suffocated with trying to balance me wanting to do certain things and me wanting to be who I am and also trying to fit in and just have a good life. Another thing was I found myself missing Bangkok so much, kind of like the life that I had started to build for myself here. So as much as I feel like Sweden is a great country in a lot of ways, I think I just feel like it's not for me, and that is okay. Because I feel like if I didn't make this move, I would have regretted it for the rest of my life. That sounds very dramatic, but I think it's true. So here I am in Bangkok, 9 months in, and I'm so happy.